Live in the present moment and be in the now are two concepts known by most of us, but not everyone understands what it truly entails. Learning to live in the present, or mindfulness, was one of the most important life skills that I have learned to master because I realized that it would change my life in ways I never imagined. I can now confirm that mindfulness, or in other words, the art of purposely focusing your attention in the present moment in a judgment-free manner, it is one of the crucial keys to living a blissful, productive, purposeful, and fulfilling life. I used to go through life without being mindful, and I used to avoid present moment at all costs. I was what one would call mindless. I was constantly swinging between past and future, like the present wasn't even an option. It all started to change when I realized that my attachment to the past and future was the cause for my depression and anxiety. Depression often appears when a person is stuck living in the past. We have to understand that we can't change the past, no matter how much we dwell on it. You can learn from it and evolve from it, but you can't change it. We focus too much mental energy on decisions that we've made or failed to make. In time, this practice of overthinking can overwhelm the mind and the senses and make us feel depressed. So I tell myself that bad things happen to all of us. We all mess up. We all feel desperate sometimes. It might happen that we even repeat the same mistakes over and over again. The main thing, though, is to remember that our past defines us only as long as we allow it to. Instead of using the past as a scapegoat for present situation, a better approach is to accept and learn from it, and then let it go. The future, on the other side, doesn't even exist. You can plan for it and be ready for it, but remember that the future, it's an abstract idea which hasn't happened yet and most likely won't unfold as you've imagined it. A 2019 study by Lafreniere and Newman analyzed the worry journals of 29 undergraduate students to find out just how many of their worries actually came true over the course of 3 weeks. On average, 91.31% of participants' worries did not come true. Only 8.61% of their worries did come true. And for 7 participants, or roughly 1 out of every 4 participants, none of their worries came true. It's also worth mentioning that for the few worries that did come true, participants rated about a third of them as having turned out better than expected. The main difference between depression and anxiety is that while depression is rooted in connection to the past, anxiety is excessively fixated on the future. When people spend too much time contemplating on future events, they become anxious. Almost all the stress and anxiety people experience is caused by worrying about future events and situations which we can't even control. The only thing that we can control is how we think and act in the moment. The best way to feel good about the future is to start preparing for it in the present. Instead of worrying about it, a more positive approach is to start planning. when you plan yourself for the future, you position yourself to better manage any unpredictable circumstances that might develop. The past is gone forever, and the future is uncertain. The present is all we hold. And with this in mind, it is important that we understand that not to be present is to be divided by two worlds, the past and the future, neither of which exists. To constantly find ourselves in this state prevents us from enjoying little moments in life and obtain that so much cherished